Paul, ends 2-2 here at Dorchester in an exciting game for the neutral, I would say.
Yeah, I thought it was a really enjoyable game. I thought the atmosphere created by both sets of supporters was a really good advert for the league. Obviously our support down here was fantastic, away from home, nearly 3 hours away from Merthyr or wherever it is. Support was fantastic, and I thought it was a really good game. We're happy with a point at the end because they've come back into it. The game's ebbed and flowed. Having said that, we've created plenty of opportunities today, but we can't have too much. We can't be too critical of the boys at the top. I thought Kane took his 2 goals very, very well. Lewis's pass for his second goal was fantastic. Lee's pass for his first goal was excellent. And we got into lots of good areas after that. And today, it wouldn't quite go in any other times. But if we keep playing like that and creating that number of chances and that number of opportunities, then I think we'll be absolutely fine. And it's another game without defeat.
And yeah, obviously you touched on it was just that sort of clinicalness that we maybe lacked a little bit from last week, that didn't lead to us going in ahead of the break further ahead, instead of Dorchester equalising just for the half-time whistle.
Yeah, I think we could have found a better quality final pass in the first half. At times we took quite a few shots from the edge of the box when we were in good areas. The goal we scored came from making that extra pass. Having said that, 1-0 up, I think Lewis goes through and has a really good opportunity. He made a great late run through the middle. Kieran's put him in, and you bet on Lewis to score in those situations. I think if we go 2 up there, I think it's a different game. But credit to them, they scored a good goal, coming back into it. And like I say, it was a really good game, and we don't feel too hard done by with a point. Although we do think both teams have had periods of possession. We've probably created a little bit more today. Having said that, we've both teams have had ones that they'll think should have scored. They've had one was bobbled up and somehow it's gone wide at the other end, and we've had one there where Kane's flashed it across and somehow it's ended up under the keeper. So, we take a point away from home and against a team in the top 5, and we move on.
Like you touched on there, obviously Dorchester has been a difficult place to come to a season for, especially teams around us in the top 5. But obviously a draw today, that keeps us at the top of the league and still in a fairly healthy position as we face Taunton next week. Yeah,
look, if you'd have offered us this number of points and 2 wins and 2 draws, 2 defeats and 2 draws by the middle of November, then we'd have absolutely took it. So we're playing well. That's the main thing. We haven't played badly today. We've still played well. We've still created lots of opportunities, and if we continue to play like that, I'm really confident moving forward.
And obviously you touched on the supporters there now, and looking ahead to next week, it's probably the biggest game of the season so far, would you say?
Yeah, of course it is. Look, it's the two top teams on points per game. Gloucester are above Tottenham at the minute, but Tottenham got a couple of games in hand. It raises the profile of the league when players like Charlie Austin have signed. How many goals he scored in the Premier League, 1 season for QPR, and the clubs he's been at, and James Beattie's there, and they're very ambitious, and it's a fantastic game to be involved in. If you'd have offered us this a few years ago, that we'd be at the top of this league playing in a game like that. We had 1,000 at the last home game against Havant. We'd love that to grow again next Saturday, and for the supporters to really get in and get behind us, because they've beaten us quite a few times over the last couple of years. A couple of trophy games where we've mixed and matched teams and stuff, but they've definitely had the edge over us. So it'll be a good measure of where we're at next week.
That's great. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers, Jack.